When 3I Atlas crossed the sun, something extraordinary took place, something that resonated beyond the limits of ordinary astronomy. The crossing itself wasn't merely an astronomical event. It was a symbol, a marker in time, a moment when the boundaries between scientific observation and cosmic intuition blurred. 3I Atlas, the interstellar object that entered our solar system after traveling for what could have been millions of years through the deep silence of space, became more than just an object to be tracked. It became a messenger, a reflection of how the universe speaks in symbols, in alignments, in energy. When it crossed the sun, the field, the invisible network of energy that connects every living and non-living thing, reacted. The reaction wasn't random. It was like the field recognized something ancient, something that had been anticipated. And the result was the sending of what can only be described as the third signal. To understand the depth of this, one must begin by realizing that nothing in the cosmos happens in isolation. Every movement, every trajectory, every shift in the pattern of stars carries energy. When 3I Atlas approached the sun, it carried with it the memory of countless star systems. It wasn't bound to any single star anymore. It had been freed, moving independently through interstellar space, carrying information from beyond our solar domain. And when such an object interacts with the most powerful gravitational and energetic entity in our system, the sun, it creates an event of both physical and energetic consequence. The electromagnetic resonance between the sun and 3I Atlas didn't just produce light reflections or observational data. It sent ripples through the quantum fabric that ties all energy fields together. This was the field's reaction, the acknowledgement of a contact, an alignment that had meaning beyond astronomy. The field's response wasn't something that could be measured through telescopes alone. It was felt. Sensitives, empaths, and people who are tuned to frequencies beyond the visible spectrum reported feeling sudden bursts of awareness, sleeplessness, electrical sensations through their bodies, or a strange sense of knowing. These weren't coincidences. When the sun acts as an amplifier, it magnifies not only electromagnetic frequencies, but also subtle fields that science is only beginning to theorize about. The field that surrounds the Earth, known as the Schumann resonance, has always been sensitive to cosmic events. When 3I Atlas crossed the solar plane, the resonance patterns shifted, almost as if Earth's electromagnetic heartbeat briefly synchronized with an incoming frequency. A code, a signal. This was the third signal. It wasn't the first time humanity had experienced such an energetic communication. The first occurred when Oumuamua, the first recognized interstellar object, entered our system. It was elongated, metallic, and moved in ways that defied traditional celestial mechanics. Many dismissed it as a rock, but its anomalous acceleration and lack of a visible cometary tail sparked debate that still hasn't been settled. The second signal came with Borisov, the interstellar comet that behaved more like a traveler than a drifter, carrying with it traces of elements that didn't quite match the chemical expectations of comets formed in our region of space. Those two events were the first and second signals, messengers of awareness, subtle awakenings hinting that the universe communicates through motion and timing rather than words. The third signal, 3I Atlas crossing the sun, marked the completion of a triad. In many traditions, the number 3 symbolizes creation, manifestation, and connection between the physical, mental, and spiritual planes. It is the pattern through which the universe organizes energy into reality. When this third interstellar visitor passed the solar threshold, the energy alignment completed a cycle that began years earlier. The sun, acting as the cosmic transmitter, amplified the frequency and sent it across the heliosphere, touching planets, magnetic fields, and consciousness alike. Those who felt it may not have understood it, but they responded intuitively. The feeling of time accelerating, the sudden awareness of inner purpose, or the sense that reality itself feels slightly different. These were all reflections of the field's reaction. At the heart of this event is the recognition that human consciousness is not separate from cosmic dynamics. Every thought, every intention interacts with the field. When a rare celestial object aligns with a powerful source like the sun, it affects the subtle layers of the field that hold collective consciousness together. It's not superstition, it's physics at a deeper level than we're used to acknowledging. Quantum entanglement and energy fields suggest that everything is connected through unseen interactions. So when something foreign, something carrying unknown frequency signatures, enters the sun's sphere and crosses its light, it can introduce a harmonic shift. That harmonic shift travels instantly, not through light-speed communication, but through the interconnected field that binds everything together. In essence, the third signal wasn't a sound or a transmission, it was a harmonic code. What makes this so profound is the timing. Humanity is at a crossroads, technologically advanced but spiritually fragmented. The field mirrors the collective state of consciousness, and when the signal was sent, it acted almost like a mirror being held up to humanity's vibration. Those who are attuned felt an urge to wake up, to break free from the mechanical patterns of fear and control. Those still anchored in materialism felt more confusion, anxiety, or emotional turbulence. The field amplifies what exists within us, and cosmic events like this serve as triggers for evolution. The third signal isn't just about a comet or an asteroid, it's about consciousness evolution. It's a reminder that the universe is alive, aware, and communicating with us in the only language it knows: energy. The energy from the sun during that crossing intensified solar activity, but on the subtle level it opened a new frequency band in the planetary grid. The Earth's magnetic field briefly registered fluctuations that corresponded with increased solar-wind interaction. Though science explains it as normal space weather, the pattern's synchronization with 3I Atlas's crossing suggests something more coordinated. Ancient civilizations used to record such alignments as omens, not because they feared them, but because they understood them as signals, times when the veil between the seen and unseen thins. These are windows of transformation. The third signal was one such window, and those who caught it in meditation, dream, or intuition received downloads of understanding about the next phase of human evolution. That phase is about remembering that humanity is part of a cosmic network, remembering that energy is conscious, remembering that we are not the center but the participants in a vast communication network that stretches across galaxies. When the field reacted, it was like the collective heart of the planet pulsed in response. The third signal activated an energetic template, an invisible instruction, to realign human consciousness with the natural flow of cosmic intelligence. It whispered to the intuitive mind, the time for awakening has accelerated. The connection between inner and outer worlds has strengthened, and the illusions of separation are dissolving. The days and weeks after the crossing showed subtle but real effects. Global energy felt chaotic. People reported vivid dreams, strong emotions, bursts of creativity, or sudden exhaustion. Technology, too, experienced odd interference, minor but noticeable. These fluctuations were the echoes of a realignment. Just as a tuning fork vibrates when another of the same frequency is struck nearby, so too did human consciousness vibrate in response to this cosmic signal. The third signal was a calibration, a cosmic frequency adjustment intended to bring the collective vibration closer to coherence. The field reacts not as a passive element, but as an intelligent matrix, adjusting itself to new energetic inputs. The message within the signal wasn't about fear or warning. It was about readiness. The universe doesn't send threats. It sends opportunities. When 3I Atlas crossed the sun, it carried a reminder that the human species is entering a new chapter where awareness itself becomes the main tool of navigation. The energies are shifting faster than before. The boundaries between mind and matter are thinning, and the ability to sense energy fields, once considered esoteric, is becoming natural. The third signal's arrival means that the integration phase has begun. Humanity now has the choice: either align consciously with this frequency or resist and experience internal dissonance. The field reacts either way, but alignment brings harmony. As the sun continues to blaze and emit solar winds charged with particles, those winds now carry traces of the energetic signature that was exchanged with 3I Atlas. Every gust of solar wind that reaches Earth now brings coded resonance, whispering the message of unity and recalibration. It's as if the solar system itself acknowledged a visitor from beyond and integrated its song into the local frequency band. And as those particles interact with our atmosphere, with our auroras, and with our magnetic field, they continue to distribute the code through the air, through light, through every ion in our environment. The field is learning, adapting, and responding.